Behind me is a landscape that is started out of necessity, not necessarily just because I like plants, but mowing this hill is a nightmare, and getting close to that rock wall or to the retaining wall, even if I stayed a few feet away from it, was just terrifying. And so to get the rest of it from like where I would stop with the lawnmower up to the retaining wall was I'd have to use the weed eater. So now I've got a low lying bit of rock. Flagstones is what they're called. And so I can just barely drive over that with the left tire and get it down without having to weed eat it around it. I love finding useful hacks like that. But anyhow, it started out of necessity, and now I think after watching it for a couple of seasons and planting annuals and having a few perennials in there, I know what I want. This wall is a huge opportunity for trailing plants to really show off. So I am coming in with a whole bunch of sweet potato vines, and last year, if you can hear that mockingbird, I don't know how to make it stop. I think it's mad at me because I'm close to its bush. It's just, I'm sorry. That's what that chirp, chirp, chirp is. Anyhow, last year I planted a ton of begonias. I mixed red and pink just to try it, and I knew I was gonna hate it, and I did hate it, so I'm not doing that again. I'm going in with pink because I am a pink girl through and through. And I've also got some of my other favorite annuals in there. Also, I just finished the lavender haze. It's right here in front of me if I look this direction. For point of reference, my pool is that way, our driveway is that way, and I had some leftover lavender, and so I'm going to be sprinkling in some lavender over here. I love that there's going to be echoes of lavender throughout almost every landscape. Now, in our lavender haze video, we talked about knowing your area, knowing your sun, your soil, your water, also knowing yourself and what you're up for. I don't want something terribly high maintenance. Annuals are high maintenance, but I chose some things that don't need a ton of fertilizer. They do like a bit of water, more than begonias. The sweet potato vines, they get really sad looking when they're not watered properly. So I will be watering them carefully, but I did not go with petunias because they are such heavy feeders, and I know that I don't want to be fertilizing in this area as much as I am other areas. That bird is mad. She's like hopping on a branch looking at me. I'm not touching your babies, I'm sorry. Anyhow, let's get started. So here's a little preview. All my little plugs. Now, up here is kind of a head scratcher. This area has been tricky for me. Nothing grows really well. I think it's because I don't get up there and fertilize or take care of it, but I really don't want grass here because I don't want to cut this area. I also don't like the banana trees. There's a butterfly bush right here that gets really big and luxurious. So our plan right now is we've just been layering cardboard here, and then I'm going to throw pine straw on top of it and just keep it as a blank space. The problem with a blank space that is not well mulched is that weeds love to grow there. Well, hi, Crookshanks. Come here. Come here, sweetie. The top of the hill looking down, of course we have to clean up and add the mulch and water it all in and add our fertilizer to it. But I am going to slowly start adding in my shrubs and my perennials because, like I said in the lavender video, a perennial garden is a lot less maintenance than a annual one. So my favorite rose is the At-Last rose. It is this apricot color. It is deep coral when it opens, and then it really subtly fades into the beautiful peachy color. I bet the wind is really blowing out the microphone, isn't it? Now, I am starting to sprinkle lavender and At-Last roses all over the homestead. I want that to be just an echoing, like, continuous theme everywhere. They are my favorite colors, and so I'm going to be sprinkling in just a couple of Atlas roses up here. These are quart sized, and so they're going to take a while to grow, and that's okay. If you're wondering where you can get a quart sized rose shipped to you, please shop here. I went in person. I did a tour before I planted the lavender haze landscape, and this is where I found, because it's very hard for me to find these, and quart size is affordable. Yes, it takes longer to watch it grow, but I got time, so I don't mind being a little bit patient, waiting for them to grow. Here's a picture of them in all their glory. And now you see why I want them everywhere. But also right here at the top of this hill, I'm gonna be planting 2 of these coral colored cannas. These get really tall and they're very tropical looking. And well, the planting is all done. I've got the kids helping me clean up just a little bit. We're moving some rocks so I can mow in that area. Now, the only thing left to do now is just to put mulch on the bed. Mulch, you're gonna hear me say this over and over again, mulch is not only really pretty, it provides a contrast and a nice clean finished look to the bed, but it's also gonna act as a weed barrier. Plants can't grow without sunlight, and if we can block all that sunlight the easy way with mulch, then hallelujah. And then also it's going to help to keep even soil temperatures. It's going to like be an insulator, but it also is going to help to hold in moisture and stop those high evaporation rates that are about to come with the summer heat that is bearing down on us. So I will do a follow-up video in about a month and show you the progress. I think it's going to look beautiful. These annuals do grow quickly, so that's one of the good things about annuals. And if it feels a little empty in places, annuals grow quickly, and that's what I can pepper in to kind of make it look fuller until the lavender and the roses and some of the other things are all filled in. That's all from me. I'm gonna go cut the grass while I'm listening to some music. Have a great day.